Hey everybody, I'm going to do a super spur of the moment video here. I have been sitting and watching the tank closely. I've added some chocolate gouramis recently, and they are the pickiest eaters I've ever seen. So as I was sitting here watching the tank, we'll have more on the chocolate gouramis in a different video, but as I was watching the tank, I noticed something odd down at the base of my Red Tiger Lotus, and it looked like something that, like a rotten piece of vegetation was lying on the ground or something. I wasn't quite sure what it was, but I looked at it more closely, and it's a bulb. So I don't know if that actually was uprooted or if this is a baby. Not really sure how they divide. I know way back in the day I put two of them in here, and one of them died, and I had one central mass left. And that actually looks like it's two central masses in there at the moment. So I'm not entirely sure if I could get in there and divide that and get another one out. You know, after all, it's just a bulb, so you would think you'd almost have to get in there and divide them up. And when you look closely, now that I'm actually standing here thinking about it for a couple of minutes, look how small and compact all of these leaves are. That's kind of the same thing you'd see if you had daffodils or tulips or anything. After a few years, as those bulbs divide and multiply underground, you wind up, they almost compress each other, and you wind up getting a lot of bulbs, but a lot less foliage and a lot less flowers. So you have to get in there every few years and divide the bulbs up. And then once they've got a little bit of room to stretch out again, you know, bang, you've got 3 times the amount of flowers you had the year before. So it's possible that that is what I need to do in here, is get in here and move those, divide those Red Tiger Lotus. I'm getting distracted by watching my gourami here. The other one has eaten. I've seen it eat, and now this one has too officially. I've found that tubifex worms are all I have on hand at the moment that they'll eat. So again, we'll get into more of that video later, but there we just got something on video where it's eating it and spitting it out, but it's actually eating it. That's very different than when I see them, you know, check something out and just spit it out and swim away because they're not interested. He's just nibbling it up and working it down. That's a very big piece of tubifex. So both of them are now eating. I don't know where the other one is, but they don't get along, so one stays at one end of the tank and the other stays at the other end of the tank. But what we're going to do is we're going to walk around the room here, and we're going to end up here at my African tank. African themed tank anyway. Oh, didn't even notice my tenopoma sitting right there. I'm coming over here so focused on the plant that the fish just blended in. So I just planted, I can't even remember the name of it, but it's this green thing here, and it's growing like a weed. And I want to go ahead and tuck this in right in the corner there. I actually had a Red Tiger Lotus in this tank at one time, and I don't know what happened to it. It either just kind of died off or the fish ate it or something, but it just wasn't there one day. I just kind of noticed that my Tiger Lotus wasn't in this tank anymore. So now I've got a little baby, and possibly I might go over there next time I do a water change or something and gently unearth that bulb and see what it looks like. It might be time to divide it, and who knows, maybe I'll have a couple more Red Tiger Lotus. In fact, I might even be able to have some Red Tiger Lotus for sale. I've just about always got Water Sprite and Java Fern for sale. I got to get in the habit of mentioning that since I'm talking about plants specifically. If you're interested in Water Fern or Water Sprite, which is a fern, or Java Fern, I will put my email address below. You can contact me. I usually do just $20 for a big bag full of it, you know, like a Ziploc bag full of it, and $20 covers shipping and everything. That's continental United States only. It can't go to Canada for various reasons. Shipping costs are prohibitive, and you've got to get it certified if it's a plant being shipped across the border and that sort of thing. So I will not be shipping to Canada, unfortunately, although I did try, and that's what I found out, so I can't do that. At any rate, I'm going to go ahead and get this put in the tank. Once again, here's your last look at it. We go over focus on it. I guess we're not going to focus on it. So you can see it's already got little tiny new leaves in addition to these longer, more trailing leaves. So alright, there you go everybody. There was your video for the evening. I'm going to say thanks for watching. Make sure you're subscribed, that way you won't miss anything. Don't forget to come back and check this tank here. It's my 125 gallon tank, and you'll get to see what it looks like with the Tiger Lotus in there. And then the first tank we looked at was my Gourami tank. So thanks for watching this one, and I'll see you real soon in the next one.